Okay, so what is the best way of sharpening kitchen knives? Well, the short answer to that, in my opinion, is with Japanese ceramic whetstones to create a new edge, and then to maintain that edge with a ceramic honing rod. I've spent 20 years sharpening and collecting together all the different methods that there are on the market of sharpening knives, and I've experimented, tried them all out, and I'm going to go through all the different methods there are now and give my personal opinion of them so that you can help decide what's best for you. Honing rods or steels are quick, clean and easy to use. You want to use one daily or weekly, and its purpose is to keep a sharp knife sharp. If you have a blunt or chipped knife, you'll need a whetstone. Honing is actually straightening tiny bits of the cutting edge that get bent sideways. If the rod is abrasive, then it also sharpens, which is when steel is ground off. So there are actually two actions that honing rods perform. Traditional steels are made of metal. Whilst they do work, they can sometimes be less effective on Japanese knives, which tend to be made with harder steels. Diamond steels are the most abrasive type, and they remove metal really quickly. This means they'll sharpen a blunter knife than a traditional steel or a ceramic honing rod, but it also means that they can wear away your blade if used frequently. Ceramic honing rods hone even the hardest knives, and at the same time sharpen to a fine edge without wearing away your blade. That's why Togg's honing rod is a ceramic one. Whetstones are blocks made up of abrasive particles of a certain size. Grind your knife on a whetstone to create or refine a cutting edge. Coarse stones sharpen faster, while medium and fine ones are slower but produce sharper edges. Water stones use water. There are two types. There are soaking stones, which need to be soaked before use, or splash and go stones, which you just pour water on. Oil stones are used with mineral oil. These can be messy and have now largely been replaced with water stones. Finally, diamond plates are solid metal plates covered with diamonds. These always stay flat and work quickly, but produce quite rough edges. Coarse diamond plates can also be used for flattening whetstones. Pull-through sharpeners are an easy way of sharpening knives for those not confident with whetstones. Some are better than others. One type that's effective has wheels that rotate when you pull the knife through. Follow a coarse, medium, fine progression, but check the angle the sharpener sharpens at is correct for your knives. Cross steels pull-through sharpeners are like using two steels at the same time. They're not particularly effective, and again you need to check the angle. There are also pull-through sharpeners with tungsten carbide blades that literally strip metal from your knife edge. These don't produce great results and are not recommended. Electric knife sharpeners are fast, but again I don't recommend these as they remove a lot of steel, and the heat produced can affect the properties of the steel in your knife. Strops are pieces of leather, often stuck to a piece of wood, and sometimes with an abrasive paste on them. They're used for final finishing of knives to make them incredibly sharp. They're quite quick and easy to use, but are generally only used by sharpening enthusiasts. Guided sharpening systems are contraptions designed to keep the angle consistent between a moving whetstone and a fixed knife blade. They can help when you're learning to sharpen. I find them quite complex and difficult to use and to understand. Personally, I strongly recommend learning freehand sharpening with Japanese ceramic whetstones. They don't produce any heat, they allow you to sharpen at different angles, and they only remove the minimum amount of steel that's necessary. Once you get the hang of it, this method gives you the most control and the best results, and it's awesome fun.